So we're making brown stock here, which has identical ingredients to the white stock. The difference here is that we're adding colour to both the chicken wings and also the vegetables before cooking in the same way in the pan. So the idea here is that where there's colour and quite strong colour, lots of caramelisation, there's lots more flavour in the sauce. So this tends to be the base for things like demi-glace or a jus or glazes, glace de viande, those sorts of things. So lots and lots of strong colour. We talked previously about a sort of bittersweet caramel. With this, you want to actually slightly scorch it in places because it will still be lovely and sweet on the inside. So with chicken wings, there's enough fat in here just to put this straight in the oven. Nice hot oven for about an hour. With the vegetables, one difference here is that we've left the skin on because there's lots of lovely colour that comes from this during the cooking. You just want to add a little bit of oil just to get these roasting in the oven. And then again, they can go into the oven with the chicken on the top until they're fully coloured. So part 2 of the brown stock, we've roasted off the chicken wings. So don't be afraid of it just scorching slightly on the tips, lots of colour. And you can see here they've rendered beautifully, so they're nice and crispy. So these can go directly into your stock pot. I've just roasted these on a little bit of paper. It just saves potentially washing up the tray. There's not anything left on there. All of the colour has transferred onto the bones themselves, you can see. And the same preparation really for the vegetables. Again, don't be afraid of a little bit of scorching, a little bit of, when I say scorching, a little bit of colour, slightly burnt in places, absolutely fine, because if you balance that with the fact that there's so much sweetness as part of the onions and also the carrots, you need that high caramelisation to transfer the colour into this brown stock. So provided you haven't got a tray of burnt vegetables and you've got them beautifully scorched and slightly cooked through like this, absolutely fine. We've also added, in the same way that we did with the white stock, bay leaves, some thyme, some whole black peppercorns and some rosemary, okay? So that's brown stock. It's quite exciting because you've got lots of good smells, lots of good flavours here. And then, as before, plenty of cold water. And you want to cook this actually as long as you can. So I would say minimum 3 hours. If you can, cook this for the day and take off the scum in the same way that we did with the white stock. So as it comes to the boil, remove the scum. And if you want to cook it for a prolonged amount of time, say for the day, you may need to just top it up with water, but you want to extract all of the flavour from the bones. Okay, so the brown stock has been decanted, easily identifiable by the colour. Where there's colour, there's flavour, so this should be much more profound in taste. And it's just starting as it cools down to form a little bit of a film on the top, so a little bit of fat on the top. And if you can leave this in the fridge overnight, you can take away all of the fat, so it's completely fat-free. In terms of the flavour profile, we can have a taste. It's going to be bland, again, because it's got no seasoning. But it's a lot richer. Still got those same chicken flavours, but it's got the slightly caramelised vegetable taste and the caramelised chicken taste as well. So the use for this would be brown sauces, possibly even as a brown stock for a French onion soup, something like that. But if you reduce this right down, you can also make a lovely sauce for main courses and that sort of thing.